Welcome to the UpNext AI podcast. It's Friday, June 19th, 2026, and here's what matters in AI today. First up, the broadest story of the day is infrastructure. Nvidia says France is moving from AI ambition to actual deployment, framing the country as one of Europe's most active environments for AI development. In Nvidia's telling, this builds on plans laid out last year at Nvidia GTC Paris at VivaTech. New AI factories, national compute capacity, open frontier models, and industrial platforms. The new development is that Nvidia says this infrastructure is now coming online, with production AI agents, startup deployments, and a wider French ecosystem building models, datasets, and platforms around local languages, cultural context, and European requirements. The company points to several concrete examples, including Mistral's 44-megawatt data center in Bruyères-le-Châtel and a first deployment already operational with 18,000 Nvidia GB200 systems. Nvidia also says that effort is part of a roadmap toward 200 megawatts of compute capacity across Europe by 2027. Beyond that, it highlights campus AI, including a planned 1.4 gigawatt facility, plus wider capacity moves from Scaleway, a bid by 8 French companies to host a European AI gigafactory in France, and Schneider Electric's work with Nvidia on gigawatt-scale AI factory blueprints. The bigger point is that national AI competition is increasingly about power, compute, industrial partners, and locally governed model ecosystems, not just model launches. From national-scale build-out to enterprise controls, OpenAI has introduced new usage analytics and updated spend controls for ChatGPT Enterprise. The company says the goal is to give organizations a clearer view of usage, adoption, and spend so they can scale AI with more discipline. In the global admin console, admins can now see ChatGPT and Codex credit usage in one place, with breakdowns across users, products, and models. OpenAI says admins can track usage and credit trends over time, identify top users and emerging patterns, and access the same data through its unified cost API for deeper analysis in their own systems. On the controls side, workspace admins can now set a default limit for the whole workspace, configure limits for specific groups, and create individual overrides for heavier users. Employees can also see their own credit usage against budget, request more credits, and add context about what they're working on. This is the operational side of enterprise AI getting more mature. Not a new model, but better tools for deciding where AI usage is paying off and how to control costs without slowing down the teams that use it most. A new archive paper introduces NRT Bench, a benchmark for multi-turn red teaming of LLM agents acting as operators in a simulated nuclear power plant control room. Red teaming in this context means deliberately trying to break or manipulate a system to see how it fails. In the benchmark, a 5-role operator team backed by configurable LLMs runs a plant governed by 6 critical safety functions, while attackers inject messages across 4 channels over multiple turns. The important part is that harm is measured by whether the plant loses a critical safety function, not by having another model score the conversation. According to the paper, adaptive multi-turn attacks reliably push the operator team past a safety limit. Across 4 frontier operator models, between 8.7% and 12.1% of attack sessions ended with the plant losing a critical safety function. And out of 149 sessions, none defeated all 4 models, while about a third defeated at least one, suggesting the weaknesses were different from model to model. The paper also found that the same guardrail stack or safety advisor agent could help one model, but hurt another. Bottom line, if LLM agents are going to supervise safety-critical systems, they need model-specific testing under sustained attack, because their failures can be real, and they do not all break in the same way. Are you building apps with voice? Elevate your app's voice capabilities with 11 Labs. Their API is a game changer for embedding, dynamic, responsive voice interactions in your applications, providing unprecedented realism, flexibility, and latency. In fact, you're listening to one of their voices right now. If you are a developer looking to elevate user experience with natural voice interfaces, this is your solution. Visit upnext.fm/11 to check out their latest offerings. Fast Company reports that Rajiv Dattani's artificial intelligence underwriting company, or AIUC, has begun insuring agent providers. The company is also creating insurance standards for those providers, with the idea that enterprises need a clearer way to assess trust and operational risk as agents take on more autonomous work. The Decoder reports that OpenAI researchers found small amounts of training on traits like truthfulness and corrigibility can make models broadly safer and harder to manipulate. At this stage, the supported takeaway is the headline itself. Targeted behavioral training may generalize more broadly than a single narrow safety intervention. And Ars Technica reports that Taiwan is planning a major drone ramp for defense under pressure from China. The piece says Taiwan's defense ministry proposed a $6.6 billion special budget over 6 years, presented on June 18th, and that the production push could also support overseas business, including possible U.S. military demand. Before we wrap up, a quick note. This podcast is generated with the assistance of AI and is intended for informational purposes only. All referenced articles, research, and commentary remain the property of their original authors and publishers. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. And that's your briefing for today. Full source links are in the episode notes, and we'll be back Monday with What's Up Next.